This deck seems fishy.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm revisiting Kumena, Tyrant of Orazca. This is a Simic fishy commander. You play Merfolk, tons of Merfolk, ones that cost 1, 2, and 3 mana. And then you swing at your opponent using Kumena's abilities to buff up your board, draw cards, and get unblockable damage in if you have a couple extra Merfolk left back. This deck is pretty simple in its execution. You play lots of little creatures, you protect them with counter spells, and you deal evasive damage. That makes Kumena a fairly powerful tempo commander, and it means that we also are very focused on these early creatures with very few things up here on the high end. I would actually say that the main things we have are River's Rebuke to bounce our opponent's things, Time Warp to take an extra turn to attack in for a bit more, and it's a little bit harder to see, but there's also a Cyclonic Rift here, which is helping us get in that sweet damage. We also have a very fun Roaming Throne here, Honorary Merfolk. Put this in all of my fun typo decks, because Roaming Throne can double my triggered abilities, which is not what Kumena has. Kumena has activated abilities, but we have a lot of Merfolk with triggered abilities, like a lot of them, and a lot of them are really good. Some of them tapping down your opponent's creatures, like the Tempest Caller, some of them drawing you cards, like the Seafloor Oracle, some of them taking away your opponent's abilities, or just making sure their creatures don't do anything for a turn. There's a lot of fantastic cards in here that work really well together, on top of just Merfolk Lords. There's a whole bunch of cards that give your Merfolk +1/+1, and in this case, even let you use them as counter spells. These fish are fantastic, and you'll never run out of them, because we also have a couple enchantments that make additional fish. Deeproot Pilgrimage, when your creatures are becoming tapped, you get additional creatures. And the slightly older Deeproot Waters, when you cast a Merfolk, you get a Merfolk. And these are hexproof Merfolk, so they're fantastic fodder for Kumena to use. I hope that you enjoy swimming in for a little bit of extra damage with this deck, because we're about to take it into the queue and play a Merfolk or two. It's big old dinosaurs that attack your face and get dinosaurs out into play. Jasoth Sun's avatar is a hasty, vigilant, trampling dinosaur. It's just trying to deal a little damage to your face. My opening hand did not have 2 colors of mana, so we threw it back. We got a better hand. A hand with green and blue mana, but the green mana comes in tapped this early. I expect to see ramp, dinosaurs, and also dinosaurs. Oh look, a ramp! Where's the dinosaurs? What we all want to know. I'm not going to hold the counter spell / Brineborn Cutthroat this turn. I'm going to save it for next turn. Arcane Signet into an Elvish Mystic. Wow, that's a lot all in one land. Okay, there's the second land. Hi, Nick! I'm gonna pretend that I need 2 colors of mana here, because I'm so tricksy and dastardly. The Scout, Deep Fathom Echo, we're going to put that into the graveyard, because when a Deeproot Wayfinder hits face... When the Deeproot Wayfinder hits face... When the Deeproot Wayfinder hits face... Please! You're not blocking! You want to have this! Yeah, wait for it. Wait for it. Hello? You thinking over there? Eating that popcorn? Okay, sweet. We swing in. We reveal the top card to ourselves, and if it's a land, we could potentially bring it back. But it wasn't a land, so we're just going to surveil it into the graveyard. Yeah, you surveil the top card, and if it's a land, you have the potential to bring one back from the graveyard. Or just if you have any lands in your graveyard. It's really nice. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Potentially 7 mana, depending on how many colors they need. Thunderherd Migration! They did not reveal a dinosaur from their hand. Still have 3 mana left for the turn. Fine time for maybe a Cultivate. And I'm just out here like, my memory is lapsed. Do you want to attack? No? Okay, great. Rhineborn Cutthroat. A dino deck with no dinos? I think it's possible they just don't have them in hand. If I play the Tide Mage here, I am setting myself up for a bit more value. But I really do want to hold open this Memory Lapse. So I'll have to wait for another turn for you. We can throw that in the Botanical Sanctum since it comes in tapped here. Nice. Okay, let's see if we find a land on top. It's a land. Okay, so we found a land, which means we can put it in the graveyard and then bring it back. This is just a good little fish. I'd say this deck is about real big fish, but we have a Cura deck, and that's about real big fish. This is about a large number of relatively small fish. Egods! It's Dinosaurs! Cracking open that Fabled Passage. Right now, there's nothing on board that would make things uncounterable. No Rhythm of the Wild. No, I'm trying to think which one. Like, maybe Destiny Spinner. Domri. Freya Mew, thank you for the 8-month resub!
I appreciate you being such a staple in my afternoons less than 3.
Thanks for watching. Medium-sized fish. Not my favorite ska band. That's worth countering. That's a very large dinosaur. It's an extremely large dinosaur. Make a copy of one of you. Cutthroat. Land in the graveyard. Land into play. Here comes Kumena. Part of why I'm playing Kumena here is actually because he's got a big butt. Because I might just be trying to, like, prevent some damage from Jasoth to reduce the chances of them getting more dinosaurs. It's like the Titanith Rex. Wait. It's there. And now they got that. Okay, they finally got their Cavern of Souls. I'm trying to decide if I block at all. Or if I double block. I block none. Part of the cards that you have no dinosaurs on the top of your deck. A bold choice, thank you. I'm frisky, fishy, playing for the risks. They got Yadaro and Armored Scrap Gorge, not a dinosaur, so it's just one dino. Okay, that's not the worst. Pardon me. I'm going to tap this River Sneak to make Kumena unblockable. I'm going to swing in with Kumena. I'll get an extra copy of Kumena in hand, sure. Looking good, sir. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fishies untapped. Perfect for putting +1/+1 counters on. Hi. Hey. Oh my gosh, thank you. I wanted to wear the same outfit I was wearing in the recording that went live today. The Shuffle Up and Play. I would love some. I would love like a little cappuccino or something. Thanks for thinking I'm cute. Not right now. Thank you for offering. I'm sorry for holding priority. I was sweet talking my partner. That's Nick. He's the best. Okay, I only need a little bit of blockitude on here. We're gonna put 1, 2, 3 little blockers. You 3. Yeah, you can just hit me. That's fine. We'll use Kumena's ability. Order them at your own peril. When my partner gets me coffee, that's how I know. He loves me and the things I do. Now let's beef these bad boys. Somebody asked in a comment, by the way, what does it mean when I say beef them up? I mean make them beefy. Make them strong. Put some +1/+1 counters on these. I'd say a 1-for-1 there is pretty fair. Just a Tide Mage for a terrifying dinosaur. Okay, I'm looking at how blocking happens here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only I could tap you in response. So tricksy. I don't believe I have lethal here. If I swing one with everything, 2 goes through. 1, 2, 3. Or I should say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This gets blocked, 8, and then it can swing back with Yadaro. So I think we go to combat. Just play this, just swinging with the sneak. Just gonna make everybody stronger. Sorry to make you wait, Jasoth. Remember, they do have an uncounterable dinosaur cast. They've given their bristleback trample. They got their bristleback. Uncounterable. Cannot be countered. Pass the blockers. You'll survive this. You'll survive this. One of you will. And you will trade. Kumena, make that board strong again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That also puts an extra counter on my river sneak here. We live with 3 life. And lethal crackback. Well maneuvered, merfolk. Well maneuvered. GG. And also, thank you, Nick, for making me coffee. Pantlaza, sun favored. Pantlaza is a dinosaur that generates a lot of value and kicks my butt really hard. I also have a Pantlaza deck. You should check out the video for it, because it's a good deck. I actually made a second video of it. I liked it so much. I made one in early access and I made another. This is a dinosaur that discovers! And this is a fish that can't be blocked. Worry Disruption. I'm not holding that. I actually just want to make sure I have green mana next turn. Thank you, whoever just gifted a sub to Broken Enigma. Now I have counter stuff. I actually have 3 different counter things in my hand. So I'll hold up this, that, and this also counter spell. I also have this Brineborn Cutthroat. Fish, 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 fish. Swim, 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 swim right to your face. Fish, 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 fish. Gonna counter that Topiary Stomper. Feel I've got enough mana for multiple things here. Going to play Skydiver to buff up this Mistcloaked Herald. They're up to 4 mana. Hulking Raptor! I can't stop that, but I can flash out a Brineborn Cutthroat. You can hold up this or this. I'm just going to hold up the tail's end, because I imagine they're going to go for their commander on this next turn. That's what I would do. I also had the choice here of leaving back the Skydiver to try and draw a card off tapping with Kumena. Oh, people listening to my Spotify playlist? Yeah, Jamazonian on Spotify currently has, oh my gosh, 696. That's like a super double reverse ultra nice likes. We've countered the commander. Hulking Raptor, you want to come in? I'll trade. Trade ya. Trade ya, Hulking Raptor, trade ya. Please. Pretty please. Uh-oh. I think they're gonna bite my boy. No! They ate my commander! Come at me, bro. They did not come at me, bro. Grab another green mana source. Not that we need that much green here. Swing in with each of these. And I might not be able to counter the commander, but I can counter its ability. And if I do that, it's actually silenced. And if they don't play it, or if they play something that I don't want to be silencing here, I can just use my mana to proliferate with the Merfolk Skydiver. Alright, so Pantalaza comes into play. The Discover goes on the stack, and we use the Tide Bender to bend their tides. I'm like trying to think, like, yeah, I could turn you into a 3/3. I think holding the counterspell is probably smarter, or playing Kumena. I think we're going to go for the continuing the counterspell. I'm also going to swing in with the Brineborn Cutthroat here, since it's big enough to trade with either Pantalaza or the Hulking Raptor. These dinosaurs are pescatarians. The Hulking Raptor generates another 2 mana. Let's see if they play a land here. Chipmure's Garden and a Tolly! Well-timed counterspell is worth 3 spells on the battlefield. A Tolly and the 2 things he would be casting for free. Let's just go for the Rhinestock this turn. Turn this or that into a base 3/3. I could also be turning the Hulking Raptor, but it's already a 5/3. Don't need to do that. Oh, and Vinestock has Trample. Fun fact. And a relevant one. GG. Tatiova, Steward of Tides. A fellow fish, perhaps? Yes, it is a fellow fish. Their fish cares about lands entering the battlefield, animating them. I want to say giving them flying, too. Land creatures you control have flying. Nice. Well, I'm glad to see Simic fish working together to beat each other down. I like having another fish here. I don't know how useful this one will be, but I'll still take it. We're going to use Metallic Mimic to buff up our future fishies. We got to name Merfolk on here. I love the turn 1 Explorer on this. It's so nice. And there's Tatiova! Out of the way, Tatiova. It's Tatiova for you. She doesn't lose her abilities. She just can't block for a turn or 2. And she'll also only start animating lands when they have 7 or more. So there's probably going to be a bunch of land-based ramp to help support her. I feel like Deep-Root Pilgrimage would be so fun with a vehicle. Ooh, Lotus Cobra. With the double landfall off Broker's Hideout. Nice! And Uro to follow up. Maybe getting another land if they have one in hand. Good old land-based ramp. Very cool. Make my fishes bigger, stronger, and make even more of them. Swing in, my beautiful fish. If they'd like to, they can trade Metallic Mimic for a Lotus Cobra. Nice. Do the Magic the Gathering rules define a land creature? It is a game object, a permanent, that is both a creature and a land. Has both super types. Or types? I guess that's just types. Super type, I think, is like snow, a legend. A couple of you guys out here. I'm going to swing in with each of these three, leaving back the Hex Catcher since it's only a 2/2. It also has Flash, but yeah, that's good. That's good. They don't want to block. We're going to take an extra turn using Time Warp. And we win the game. GG. Mythweaver Pawk. And we're on the play. Mythweaver Pawk is a new cat commander who cares about lands. And he's kind of dang strong because he copies lands when they enter the battlefield. This only triggers once per turn, but it can trigger for more than one land if they enter at the same time. And because Pawk is a big ol' rampant creature right here, you should expect to see some very, very quick mana accumulated, ramping up into big things. Also, fun fact about this commander, it goes infinite with Ashaya because it makes non-token copies of things, and it also has them come in untapped for whatever ridiculous reason Wizards of the Coast has. So typically, they want to make sure they have 4 mana and then play in a land. So here comes Pawk, and I can either counter Pawk, or I can, neuter the cat. I know what I want to do. The trigger goes on a stack. Tijana's Tidebender hits the battlefield, and we counter the spell and make him lose all his abilities. You know, one of his abilities is his power and toughness. Meouch, am I right? I'm proud of that one. I think I'm safe to play Kumena here. I guess I should have played it pre-combat to get one more damage in. Nah, I'm buffing up Kumena since Kumena can make himself unblockable. Yeah, the same thing works with a couple other creatures that have the power and toughness as an ability. Oh, look! They have a mirror-shielded Lanor Elf. And a bit of card draw here. You can only bounce creatures. But I also have 2 counter spells. And hopefully we'll get enough mana for River's Rebuke soon. Memory Lapse. Toss that back to the top of their deck. They'll probably choose to put it in the command zone, but they might not. Not that it matters, but the amount of damage these fish are doing. GG. Muldrotha, the Gravetide. She is the queen of playing permanents from the graveyard, and we're the queens of little fish. We have some really good evasive ones in here, too. And we also have the flashy Voldalian Hex Catcher. Nice. Terramorphic Expanse. Going to get a land in the graveyard so they can maybe play it again later. I'm going to get down the Deeproot Elite. Use it to put counters on the Unblock-A-Fish. Ooh, Oglor! Chooses to put things in the graveyard, right? Oh, when this card leaves your graveyard, you make a zombie. That's what you do. That's still pretty sweet. I'm going to play this Merfolk Windrobber. Get a counter on you. I'm going to attack in with the Deeproot Elite. Would you like to trade, Oglor? It was not actually a trade. It was a creature with flash. Like, I kind of communicated that with the shocking in the land, but it was a creature with flash. GG. It's another Tatiova, Steward of Tides. This is weird. I feel like I've seen this deck maybe, like, once in a month, and now I'm seeing it twice in a row. Yeah, I'm in the Tatiova brag. I'm in the fishy pool. That's okay. I'm happy to go merfolk versus merfolk. Lands versus fish. I love a good fish. Ooh, Once Upon a Time, it's a free spell. I really liked this opening hand for a start because it has the Mist-Cloaked Herald, which is an unblockable creature, and Curiosity, which lets me enchant this and draw a card every turn. Yeah, we're Tide Pool gamers. Up against the Simic ramp gamers. I kind of like just holding Counterspell here. Let's explore. Ooh, Tidebender. Tidebender's nasty even if they know about it because it gives me the potential to make their commander have no text on it. Could go for Kumena here. Ooh, but I feel like we should just hold our instance. Yeah, let's hold our flash and our instance here. Excellent. Likeness of the Seeker. Now they have a 3/3. Okay, Lotus Cobra is actually pretty worth hitting with that Tidebender. Giving them a Lotus Cobra that does not Lotus and does not Cobra. Fish! Draw for me! Maybe a blue source? I wouldn't mind. Perfect. Now I have 2 counter spells. Cavalier of Thorns? Nah. Too big, too green. Too land. It's not the creature's ability there. Probably gonna end up playing it anyway. Ooh, Kapala. Going to reveal Kapala here. Yeah, some auras give the text to the creature. Like, y'all probably saw me checking there. Kapala will protect all our creatures, giving them not quite Ward 2, because it doesn't counter, it just makes spells and abilities cost 2 more. Here comes Tatiova. Currently 5 lands in play. This gets them a 6th. Once they hit 7, which they could play 1 from hand, it's go time! Well, good news, they didn't have it. So, do I want to go for it this turn? Next turn. Next turn. And swing in again with the Mist-Cloaked Herald, that beautiful unblockable damage. Yes, please. I have a secret extra merfolk here for tapping. Probably putting +1/+1 counters on all of these, including the land. Alright, so we pay 1 to animate the Mutavault. Tap 5 of these. Perfect. Excellent. Oh my gosh. Do you see that island they have? Other merfolk creatures I control have Island Walk. Do you have a Cyclonic Rift? Asking for a friend. Even if they did, they have exactly 7 mana. We could Jawar Disruption it. That's a good game and an awful lot of fish. GG. Admiral Brass, Unsinkable. She's a really strong card. She's hard for me to deal with. Admiral Brass is the kind of card that, unfortunately, can win the game really, really fast. And it's hard to deal with because she doesn't have so much a, once she resolves, she wins. It's once she resolves and then passes to combat, she gets so much value because she actually reanimates creatures and makes them bigger. She turns them into 4/4s. And she gives them haste. Why does she eternalize things? I'm not entirely sure, but she's incredibly strong. It is a tough thing to beat. And since they were able to hit one of my counter spells, even tougher. This Jawari Disruption, I'm going to have to choose if I want to keep this or play it as a land. I think we want to keep it here, even though if we manage to hit any other pirates, they can be brought back from the graveyard. A reanimation engine that requires no additional costs or anything else. It's just good. Bringing out Kumena. Swinging with my fish. Glad we got another land there. Makes me feel a bit better to my start. Time Stream Navigator. This can take extra turns, eventually. It might take a while. I'm actually just going to bounce that back into hand. Try and draw a land. Not a land. Swinging in. They're still 2 mana away from Admiral Brass. That's why I didn't feel I needed to keep this up. Though remember, they know about it. Public information. A Mirror Convert. Nice little mana dork there. I'm going to risk it with the Herald Scout, I think. Because there's currently no graveyarded guys. And yes, they can be put into the graveyard. On that mill. But if it misses, that's okay. Because we can give her witness protection. Let's see what she mills. Okay, Direfleet Daredevil's going to come out and be a first strike in 4/4. Also haste. Also will technically exile one of these from the graveyard, not that it does anything. It doesn't matter if the pirates she's reanimating are weak, because she makes them into 4/4s with haste, which is really strong. Don't mind me drawing a card. They also mill the throne, but the throne is not a pirate as long as it's in the graveyard. Admiral Brass, become a 1/1 with no other abilities. I'm also going to keep you tapped for an extra turn. Swing in with just this Mist-Cloaked Herald. Beautiful 1 unblockable damage. I love Roaming Throne. It doesn't do that much in this deck, but we still have it in this deck. Herald's Horn will discount their pirates, potentially draw them extra pirates. Hashtag Yoho. Hashtag Yarhar. Hashtag FiddleDD. Uh-oh. Hostage taker. What are you taking hostage? A Mist-Cloaked Herald? Kumena? Okay, so in response, I will tap, tap, tap. They also do have the City's Blessing, so they can use that as a time warp. Move Kumena back over here. And a staunch crewmate. You are a pirate. Just getting a buff for my future fishies. That's a brand new card. If you're wondering what the heck is it, I've never seen it before. You get a 3-time boon whenever one or more merfolk enter the battlefield. Target merfolk creature you control explores. This is Arlong versus the Straw Hat Pirates. I hate how right you are. I hate how right you are. Oh, Iron Craig. I had countered that. They could technically pay the 1, but it would cost them 2 life. I feel like I could have gone for that. Let's have... I want you to explore. We'll tap down. Some's a use, so you can't block. Ooh, sneaky fishy! Trade. And a trade. I don't have lethal swinging back in, even with tapping all their creatures. We're gonna play a couple more fish. Tap some unblocka fishies. Keep on exploring. Turn Timber Symbiosis. Nope. Not quite what I crave. Not quite a land either. I'm going to attack in with the Mistcloaked Herald and the Tunnel Guide. I see if that leaves me with enough to protect myself, keep myself alive, draw a card, all that stuff. Okay, cool. Swinging in! And they're taking a trade. Herald's Horn does not find... It did find a pirate. It found a Deadeye Brawler. I imagine this thing is taking the extra turn here. Maybe not. Still got 4 mana. Alright, she shoves herself to the bottom of the library. I will double block with these 2. Chump block with the River Sneak. And, alright, let's see. How much damage will they have in the next round? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to draw a card. Wait, is that 10, 11? I may be dead. Depends on if they get any more damage. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or Kite Marauder. Fable to Babel. Loads of damage. I have enough to give... Turn you into a 3/3. Can't also tap everything down. But I can give her everything I've got. What I've got is a bunch of unblockable damage. That prevents 3. And unfortunately, 7 plus 2 isn't gonna do it! No! Admiral Brass still unsinkable! Even turning off her abilities, trying to chip away at that life total, not quite enough. Unstunkable, unstinctable. Good game. There's a reason why she's got that name. So far, best way to beat a Beckett Brass stack? Another Beckett Brass stack. You got this. You can press spacebar. I believe in you. Let's go. Breaches does the thing. Breaches does another thing. And then Breaches does the third thing. Faithless Savaging. Please don't cast that. Let your stuff resolve. Thank you. GG. The prophecy has come true. We've played against Merfolk, pirates, Dinosaurs, and now vampires with Amalia Bedalia. Sorry, Amalia Benavides Aguirre. She is the life gain commander who explores whenever you gain life, which means that she gets really chunky really fast. And also, if she gets too big, becoming a 2020, she explodes the entire board. Don't ask me why. That's just how it is. I'm going to do something kind of silly here. I'm going to turn their plains into an island. It's fine, Amalia. They also have Lourdes as a companion, which means everything in their deck is tiny. Okay, apparently that was the right move. Good game. Amalia! Hey, Amalia. She's here to gain life and get big. Because whenever you gain life, she explores, meaning she ends up either getting a +1/+1 counter or a land in hand. Pretty sweet value there. I'm going to start with a little fish. Mistcaller. Mistcaller is able to stop certain things from coming into play that weren't cast. Discover, Cascade, things like that. I guess, no, those are technically cast. Reanimation. It stops reanimation. Little tiny 1-drops. This scholar's pretty cool. Definitely a good piece of tech for, like, actual commander, where a lot of people try to cheat things into play. Let's make these fishies get a little bit bigger. Would you like to trade? Ilcor or Fish? They chose no. That's fair. Because Ilcor is able to gain them life whenever a creature enters the battlefield under their control. Aww. They soids my rear regery. I don't know that word. Is that a made-up word or a real word? It sounds like it could be a title. My big Jerry. I'm gonna get a counter here on Kumena. Swinging for 3 over just sitting back and drawing a card. And they gain a life, and I lose a life in the Sanctum of Stonefangs. Welcome back, Amalia. Now, the last Amalia we played against, we turned their 1 white source into a island, so we could get some island walk going on. And they left because they couldn't cast their commander. This time we're getting the real matchup. They got vampires, Phyrexians, whatever's going on over here. I'm going to start with this Wind Robber. Getting an extra counter here on Kumena. We're going to start by drawing a card. Yeah, it's like not like they want to be blocking there. Playing the Masked Vandal, it does not get its ability since there's nothing in my graveyard. I'm just trying to get Kumena value. We're going to tap the Masked Vandal, which is technically totally a Merfolk. What's this? Miro, or a type of Merfolk. No, that's not the problem. It's the Regery. Ooh, Resplendent Angel. Love it. Gives them angels for gaining life. The One Ring. Boo. I don't have a way to get through that protection here. I can put it back in their hand, though, if I get enough lands. I also just used up my my graveyard, or my artifact hate. The One Ring, of which there are definitely not plenty of. I guess I may as well get some fish value going on here. We just sit here and wait. Ready to do some magic with this Make Disappear. one of many rings. Pass through attackers. I will block the Blood Artist. I feel like they're going to try to wipe the board. We have this make disappear, though. And I Ganjo. I care more about drawing a card or buffing the board. Buffing the board. Zoop, 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 zoop. Zoop, zoop. Damn, Kumena. Looking good. Alright, this is alive. They draw a card off the one ring. 2 cards off the one ring. I take 5. Another 6. Another 7. She explores because life gain happened. Nice D-Spark. 4 mana. And a Diabolic Intent. Sure, what are you, tutoring for? Sacrificing your creature. There's actually, like, a 1-to-1 Explore combo, but you can't run it in this deck since it requires Wild Growth Walker, which is in green. Ooh, Power Word Kill? Nah, that's not happening. You can't powerfully word kill this guy! We turn around, we attack them for lethal. Ba-bam! We have now defeated, or been defeated by, all of the main creature types of Ixalan. Ashnod, Flesh Mechanist, able to sacrifice creatures upon attack to get Power Stones, which gives you ramp, and more ramp, unlocking the secrets of usually really big artifact things like Cityscape Leveler and Portal to Phyrexia. Ashnod is a pretty sweet card to play, and is probably going to get a much faster start than I can really deal with. I'll still do my best, and by my best, I mean I'm going to steal one of their cards. At least I'm honest with myself. I'm going to steal a Power Stone. I really want to. I'm going to start with actually spreading Seas. Yeah. Got that Master of Pearl Trident in hand. Next turn, Crime, then Unblockable. Oh, beautiful. Oh, also she can exile things from the graveyard to make zombies, but, like, that's such a secondary part to this deck. It's all about the big ol' ramp. The ramp can be used for the abilities. Author's note. Ooh, the automaton's able to reanimate things, make them bigger. Oh, I wish I could steal you! You're too big! Ah! Come here. I'm stealing your cool rock. That's right, it's my cool rock now. The Putrid Goblin comes back, and it's dummy thick. Ashnod swings in. The Shambler turns into squirrels. And the Thieving Skydiver debates a trade and decides against it. This fish seems good for blocking. And that's just what he'll do. Kumena's a 2/4, comes into play. Just pass the turn. I feel that I'm probably just going to be trying to get into that Cyclonic Rift territory. Oh no, Throat Gophers! Is the goblin getting sacrificed? Is the hoarder getting sacrificed? Who dies here? Ashnod dies. Look at all this mana. Yeah, leave her there. She'll come back. Bigger, faster, and stronger, too. A fish. Just gonna hang in there while I look at comments on the shuffle up and play. I'm enjoying. People are fans of the bad puns in the episode. And if you haven't seen it yet, you should check out Tellurian Community College's Shuffle Up and Play series, of which I am on a bunch of episodes. Like a whole dang lot of them. An impressive number. Thank you for inviting me back as a guest multiple times. Oh, right. It's equal to your power. Stanky Goblin will die and come back. And ever how stanky he shall be. Fishin'. Fishin'. Big ol' indestructible fishin'. Sailor now has Indestructible and Island Walk. Also gave Ward 1 to each of these. So I could definitely just attack in there to draw a card. But right now I am 1 mana off from the Cyclonic Rift. I am sitting pretty. Enjoying my friendly fishes. Notably, Ashnod can be made indestructible with Plaza of Heroes. Now, who's coming in here? Who's swinging in? Everybody? Oh my. Who gets sacrificed? Nested Shambler? Forge Fire Automaton. Block. And block. And block. Oh wait, those are perpetual changes. I should knock this thing out. Too late. Not dead yet. Rezug! Oh, I love Rezug. I'm going to want to do this before their turn so I don't get the automaton trigger. Oh, wait. Time warp. 1 moment, please. Boop, boop, boop. It's not like you can block any of these, because you have an island over here. Oh, the Roman throne! I love a good roaming throne. Oh, it's other ones. That's fine with me. More taxes for Ashnod. Why did you leave her in the graveyard? Excuse me. Why is she in the graveyard? Asking for a friend. I don't think she's supposed to be in there. Maybe they were planning on reanimating. Well, they can make this really big, and then they'll be able to reanimate it. Gilded Lotus gives them 4 more mana. Rezug! Rezug will be able to reanimate. Oh, I wonder if that was it. Oh, no, because you can't attack ever. If you do that. Stinky Goblin. Just like me! Roaming Throne, using that beautiful Power Stone mana we stole. Attack with our Indestructible Big Fish for a double draw off Roaming Throne. Nice. This is going to trigger twice. I'll put 1 on you and 1 on you. enhancing the size of each of these blockers. Now we have counter spells to spare in hand. Forge Fire, Automaton, ha, get countered. Playing blue decks, it's so fun. Yeah. Don't you love putting things back onto decks? Definitely. Definitely love it. Can activate abilities. Go for that Vine Stalk. I've had so much luck with this Vine Stalk. Let's just do it again. I'll swing in with all y'all. Turn you into a 3/3 instead of a 1/1. They can block, but they're not really good blocks. And they lose the game. GG, Ashnod. Also, shout out to Restless Vinetalk. This has been an MVP land in this video. Love a good creature land. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you enjoyed all the fishy fun with Kumena and his friends. These merfolk are fantastic, and I'm so happy that we have so many good new merfolk to add into this deck. And if you're looking to find the deck list, it's in the description of the video. And if you want to check out my main channel, come over to twitch.tv/Amazonian, where I play Magic almost every single day. I also want to give a shout out to Shuffle Up and Play. That's the series on Tolarian Community College's channel. I'm in a very recent episode that came out on Monday the 11th of December, and it's very fun. It also showcases some cards from Ravnica Remastered. So if you want to check out my Aurelia deck, yes, I actually already had an Aurelia deck, I just had to change it a little bit for that video, go check that out. I'll make sure I link to that in the description too. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.